Good evening, crewmate. Captain Andy here. Here for some more Final Fantasy XIV adventures with Clalin, going through all the respective jobs and classes that the Clalin Reborn has to offer. Yesterday we finished off the two-parter of the Rogue and Ninja Quest storyline, and this evening we're going to start off with the Fisher storyline. This will be new content for Clalin, and I'm not sure how long this will take. It could take 1 day, it could take 2 days. As fishing is one, aside from mining and botanist, which you'll see in a future stream, fishing is a little bit of RNG as well as knowing the environment, as each fish can be either freshwater or saltwater fish, ocean fishing. Different types of bait work on different types of fish, and you may not always get the same fish at all times, as well as your equipment plays into effect in there. And it's interesting. So I'm not sure if we're able to finish this all today or not. We'll find out. But we're not going to find out just by sitting here. So let's just jump right in and get this started. Now, if I'm not able to finish this today, I will finish this up in my next stream. Or however long it might take to finish up to all the respective quests. There was another quest line that comes after done the fishing quest, which is a quest for fishing big fish, which I will not be able to do in 1 day, and I'm not interested in spending 20 streams on trying to catch 5 to 6 fish. But what I will do is maybe just spend like half an hour here and there, just to try and get this quest finished. So it'll be like a continuance thing. But we're not doing that today. Today we're starting off just the regular plain old storyline that the Fisher has to offer. Alright, let's get this going. So, for the Fisher, we have to go to Luminsa, the same place we've been going for the last 3 jobs. The Marauder, Arcanist, Rogue, which is also Warrior, then Scholar, and Ninja, which have already been completed. Now, I would like Fisher to be like the other, like Minor, which is less than 2 hours in length. And I doubt that'll happen. So, first, we should change the Fisher. Fisher, right down here. My gear should be sufficient for this. So although 50 or higher with the exception. The heck? What am I doing with this? Let's see if I can get something worthwhile. Let's go. Any chokers I can use for this level? Oh, it's because there's nothing this level I can potentially use. The closest that was next to me was the... It wasn't the Electrum Choker. The Dory Choker, and I'm not spending that price. Yeah, so if I should be level 54, I think, for it. Yeah, Wyvern Skin Choker, which I think I do. So I just have to wait to get another level, which might actually happen with this, because like I said, Fisher is a wild card. All right, so we're happy with what we have. If I'm not happy, then that's too damn bad for me. All right, so let us get out of the musically inclined area and let's go catch us some fish. Now, as mentioned, the Fisher's Guild is within Luminsa, within the lower decks. If you make your way towards the other entrance, way over here, one entrance goes towards the ship, which used to be the old Marauders Guild, and the other, if you go right, you go towards the ship, but if you go left, you make your way towards the Fisher's Guild. There's also 2 other entrances. They're going the way we are first. If you go around this edge, taking the left-hand path, you can go through here, past the Rogues Guild, through the over the bridges, and eventually get there. Or you can take this path and go down a few series of steps. And it gets you directly there as well. You can also take the Aetheryte Shard if you want, which we may be using. Alright, so this will be new content for Clalin. Clalin, so let's get some fun in here. To start off, you have to talk to Sissipoo. You're looking quite formidable. Let's hope you don't scare all the fish away. Now, the first rule of fishing is to hold on to your rod. Take care of your rod, and your rod will take care of you. Let me know if I'm going too fast for you. Since you're new here, we're going to start small, and they don't come much smaller than anchovies. You'll find schools of anchovies swimming around outside in Galadian Bay, so you can catch your meager supper without even walking 10 yalms. Anchovies are hardly the most cunning fish in the sea, making them an ideal first assignment. Simply bait a hook with some of those lugworms I gave you, dip it in the water, and the fish will practically catch themselves. Looks like I started this quest before, so even better. Let's look into my talking box. He said lugworms, so lugworms are here. If you're not sure exactly what bait to use for salt and fresh water, tells right in the description. Like for lugworm here, hair marine worm that lives under the beach sand, live bait for ocean fishing. This one here is freshwater fishing. This here is for ocean fishing, dune fishing, and cloud fishing, which we'll get into later. I'm assuming anchovies are in the sea, so let's go fishing right here, shall we? So, cast my rod. One of the options is to actually put a light on here, which I love to do. So I need 5 anchovies. So essentially, this is fishing. You get the right bait, find the spot to fish, and you wait. But we're here for the storyline. Just the stories. Now, I can... I didn't get the fish before. Alright, so any fish that you get that you do not want, after level 22, you can just release it. So it doesn't fill up your inventory, and you still get experience for it. And you just chuck the fish back into the water. Another cool thing is, you can even sit when you fish. Not the coolest thing I know. Yeah, but you know the cool thing, when you release it, it will actually release automatically for future fish within that one fishing session of the same type. So if you're sure you don't want to have that certain fish, then just select release. And every time you pick it up, you just toss it back in. But this goes back to the This goes back to the RNG I spoke about earlier. Second. Hey, anchovies, 1. Let's go for the other one. Yeah, a little light actually, if you're just looking for a movement in the rod, the little light then actually helps out. Especially at nighttime. Which it's nighttime right now. Yeah, so you're just waiting. Ooh, kelp, seaweed. Just toss this back. Shrimp. I know some people like eating shrimp. We're not here for shrimp. Yeah, so this is the extent of the fishing. You sit or stand around and you fish. And we just keep waiting. Not the most exciting. I do apologize, folks. There's another anchovy. Another way to go around this. For those that do not want to wait this long, you can also go to the market board half the time. More often than not, just buy the fish that you need. I will not lie, I've done that as ending before. I may use again as Clalin, depending how long we're waiting. Hey, another anchovy. Look, let's go. More fish. More anchovies. Excuse me. Alright, my luck ran out. Let's try this again. No, unfortunately, there's no way to just pick and choose what kind of fish you get, or best thing you can do is just try to find the best bait for the respective fish. But unfortunately, there are other sea creatures that like that fish too. I think between the Rogue and Ninja quest and the longest fisher, this may be the longest. The quests that take the most amount of time. We got a fellow fisher person here. Oh, I lost lugworms. One more, let's go. Whew, so exciting. Yeah, so as Limsa is a pirate place, and this place is next to an ocean, saltwater. You're gonna need saltwater lure. Hey, done. That was a large anchovy. All right, let's go hand this in. Anchovies swim off every shore of Limsa, so you can bring them back from anywhere you like, so long as it's not the fishmongers. These saltwater fish form massive schools resembling colossal sea creatures. Okay, sorry. These small saltwater fish form massive schools resembling colossal sea creatures to discourage predators from approaching. Suitable for printing on small canvases. Cool. There you go. Here, chubby. Fair flock of feisty fish you got. Gippy guppy. Careful they don't slip out of sight. Here, chubby. Whoa, my Lego! 20 we owe the pleasure. The guildmaster's got to get after the guppies, dividing up daily drudgery, picking out proper potable, and some support and service. And such support and service. And who gets after the guildmaster? We have books to balance, you know. Books you should be balancing. I did my best to balance the books, but the build skill bent the bow back, bouncing the whole batch off the boat. That's not what... You know that was just an expression. But it's neither here nor there. As long as you keep at the bit, Clalin, our books will balance themselves. Don't let that go to your head, of course. Any beginner can snag some anchovies, but you'll need to experiment with different lures and explore new waters if you want to catch the big ones. Fundamentals are fine, but the fun is fishing for new finds. Like my uncle always said, fishing's like philandering. You never know what you'll catch. And with those well-spoken words of wisdom, we will leave you to your wiles. Level 5. Ooh, quest complete! Level 1 done! Huh? Oh, it isn't Clalin. You may just have taken up the rod, but anyone can see you've got the keen eye of a fisherman, and I reckon you'll be looking to make the eye keener still. Bigger fish, more exotic locales. Aye, that's what we all seek, ain't it? And it just so happens I can tell you how to find them. You see, the Fishermen's Guild just finished constructing a vast boat equipped for voyages on the high seas. As far as I know, Captain Forzagle is looking for a band of fishermen adventurous enough to brave the deepest fishing hole of them all. If you think you've the stones for it, I think you'll be glad just to take you on. We'll look into that in a moment. I smell that you haven't been neglecting your duties. A commendable attitude. No one's ever gotten worse at anything by practicing. No one I know, at least. Then again, you can't expect the same old tricks to work with new fish. Big ones don't grow to be that way, chasing everything that wiggles on a hook. To catch the fish you want, you must first know what the fish wants. Only once their prize is at stake can you tantalize and tempt your prey to taste the forbidden tackle. Anchovies may be willing to settle for lugworms, but harbor herring have a discerning palate that prefers pillbugs. But don't take my word for it. Go and see for yourself. Pick up some pillbugs from Cinderhill over in West Hawker's Alley. Then use them to catch 3 local harbor herrings. Like anchovies, they can be caught right outside. In case you have a mind to return to your previous spot, you should know that fish aren't as foolish as you might think. Some keep casting your line in the same waters, and you'll find that fewer folk will take the bait. Alright, so pillbugs. I already have named those? No, I do not. One thing you'll soon find out with fishing is you end up getting a pretty large tackle box. Yeah, tackle box. As in with Andine, her 90% of her entire chocobo saddlebag is just fishing equipment. She has an entire tackle box ready to fish at pretty much at a moment's notice. Right, so we're looking for the trades craftsman here. Battlecraft. Fieldcraft suppliers. Items. Pillbug. For consumables, I just get max 99 of them, so I don't have to come back or get a good chunk like 50. So I don't have to come back and forth. It gets very tedious. All right, so we're here. We're gonna unlock the ocean fishing because I already started the quest for it. Another daring soul come to join our crew, eh? Then let me be the first to welcome you to the Endeavor. Now, this ain't your regular fishing boat. We sail where we please, holding only the course the wind provides to us. Aye, that's the only way we can see the unseen, know the unknown. Captain Forzigill, if I may, the Endeavor is the Guild's only ship of this magnitude, and if we, as you say, sail only where the wind pleases to take us, we may not ever return to this port. The Guild may not look favorably upon such liberal use of its property. My apologies for foregoing an introduction. I'm Disk Thota, sent from the Fisherman's Guild to oversee this venture. Why am I here when the ship already has a captain, you ask? Well, as you may already know, members of our trade, Master Wabalago and Captain Forzago included, seem to have difficulty managing time. I suppose the constant becomes something of an afterthought when one becomes so focused on water's surface. Regardless, I am here to ensure the ship adheres to its schedule, both by managing its finances and ensuring new crew members board smoothly. The Endeavor shall embark upon any number of predetermined routes, each of which have this port as their final destination. Rest assured, if you fail to join one voyage, the ship shall return before long. The route we travel will be determined by our departure time, and you may speak with me if you wish to know the route before boarding. Pray bear in mind that we must keep a strict schedule. We cannot take on more crew members after we've begun boarding, and there are no exceptions to this rule, even for captains. Aye, I hear you. When we board the ship, it's when we get to the exciting part, fishing. Here, take these lures. They're certain to attract something worth displaying on your wall, or at the very least worth eating. Should be enough to last for one voyage at least. If you're looking for other kinds of bait, you can buy it here on the docks or on the ship. Try to switch it up now and then, because if you only use the same bait, you're only gonna keep catching the same fish. That ain't why we do this, is it? And one last thing. While Distota may be in charge of the particulars on land, once we're on the ship, it's my word we'll heed. So when I say we're fishing here or sailing there, I won't hear no objections. As long as we're clear on that, I believe there'll be bounteous fishing for all. And with that, the Endeavor is yours to board. If you wish to enter the ship, or if you need if you like a more detailed explanation of what it is we do, you need only ask. Complete. Alright, so now I need to get a harbor herring, which is a fish. I like to fish a place a little bit more quieter, so let's go over here. For those who are starting fishing, or at one point I would suggest watching something on the side just to keep your mind active, because it does get repetitive. I will say that it does get quite repetitive. Trying to find a good spot where we can get the heron. Or I'll just stay here and get it. All right. For this angle, looks like the rope, and my tail's going right through the rope. And each time you pick up a fish, you get experience. The more bigger the fish, obviously, the more you get. More XP you get. The harder the fish, the bigger the fish. Yep. How's everyone going to do tonight? Oh, this should be the last one. There we go. All done this level 5 quest. I think I might go up to being done halfway done the quest, and I might stop for today and can finish this off another time. Again, all depends on RNG and how tired I get. I am starting my stream a little bit later than expected. I do apologize for that. Yeah, I meant to start earlier, but after my workout, there was a little celebration for a couple of the guys, and well, it's only proper to celebrate. Yes, here's the other entrance to the Fisher's Guild right through here. You want to go down and scare people away from you as you go down. And when we get to this T section of the bridge, one going towards the boat. If we go left, though, the Fisherman's Guild is right here. Much like other guilds, denoted by the fishing logo at its arc, as well as in front of its door, and on the sides of the door, and inside the guild. Right. Alright. Bring me 3 harbor herring, Clalin. This will test both your ability to use pill bugs as bait and your ability to count. I can count? Harbor herrings. This particular variety of herring will gather in busy harbors to feed on the small sea creatures which consume the waste dumped from ships. I see. There's nothing better than salted harbor herring. Save for perhaps fried harbor herring or grilled. No, definitely salted. You know, in the years of my youth, I used to use every fish I yanked out to yield a bigger one. A good gamble until the game got gargantuan. I guess I got greedy. Where did you? Well, Sometimes it's best to throw back the big ones. Good God, what's a guildmaster got to do to garner a bit of gratitude? Acting responsible would be a start. Respectable? I sailed the seas and started everything that swam in them. And that would be an accomplishment if by everything that swam in them you meant fish and not lady divers. All you ever brought back were stories about carousing with trollops. But chauvinism is just a red herring. The harbor herring or what's important, namely the lesson of thinking from the perspective of the fish when selecting bait. In that regard, I can say you truly have the mind of a fish. So here's a treat. Some of it might seem a little like gibberish at first, but as you make observations and jot down notes, eventually all of it will be gibberish. Well, take some time to study up, but be careful not to fry your fish brain. You'll need it for your next lesson. Money. Level 10 quest. What's that? What's that in your eye, Clalin? I know that glimmer. It's the eye of the fisher. The eye of the fisher. It's the thrill of the bite, rising up to the challenge of our... Oh, God. Thrill of the bite, rising up to meet the challenge of our rival. Keep that spark alive, friend. You don't want to end up like Wabalago. Not that I'm worried about you. Oh yes, I can see it. There's a fire inside you, burning for fish. More fish. Bigger fish. It is time to feed that fire. Today is the day. The day you catch your first big one. No one ever forgets their first. Journey forth to the banks of the Nim inside Middle Lenosha. There you will find her, the Princess Trout. Take the princess and return here triumphant. Her Royal Highness is drawn to crayfish balls. Do I have any crayfish balls? I do. I have 172 of them. Yeah, a lot of these lures I'm going to have to find a way to get rid of because I do not want to carry a full tackle box with Clalin. I will eventually, just I'm not interested yet. I just want to do these quests. No, I'm not going to walk out. I'm going to take the crystal. Go in the middle Lenosha. Now, when it comes to fishing in the field, it's a little bit different. This whole area counts as one fishing ground. So when you fish here, 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 anywhere, it counts as one area. Same thing with Upper Lenosha. It's a little bit different from there. But out in the field, there can be between 3, 4, 5, sometimes 7 different fishing areas. And because they didn't tell us where to find the Princess Trout, we're going to have to use our imagination. So if you look at the map, you can see some bodies of water. Like there's the ocean on the side here. There's this river here, another river here. There's a waterfall here. There's a gober right next to us. So let's... And if you want to check your fishing log, it'll tell you, Middle of the Ocean, there's 6 different fishing holes. It shows undiscovered at first. Like Limsa Lamentia, there's just the one. I didn't do upper deck yet. But Middle of the Ocean we never touched. So let's go touch this one. I don't think this fish is here though. I'm going to just unlock it on the fishing. Aha! So nothing bites. Crayfish is for freshwater fishing. That should have been the first clue. But since it's a saltwater fishing, we're going to want to take this. Just trying to catch some fish or something. Fresh water would be this. Interesting. There's fresh water going into salt water. Mm. Harbor herring? I do not want that. And not here. We need to look for fresh water. So, let's put our crayfish balls on first. And then let's go over here. Let's try this area. Dwarf catfish. I don't want that. Release. There's my princess trout. Alright, let's go give this fish back to the... Bring this back to Sissipoo. Sissipoo. Hello, Sissipoo. Alright, let's go this way. You'll find the princess trout in the Nim River, Clalin. Don't forget to take your crayfish balls. Princess trout. Unlike other freshwater trout, which make their habitat in swift-flowing rivers, the silver princess trout prefers the relative seclusion of inland lakes. Depending on your perspective, you've either rescued or abducted the princess. A prim and proper princess she is, will ready her as a royal roast, a feast fit for a king. The king can keep his fancy feast. Any fisherman worth her salt prefers her trout properly simple. Prefers her trout prepared simply. Said like a surly, salty, watered sea hag. Hand over here and heed how the cultured classes cook. A fine day will be when I take culture lessons from you. Besides, I didn't send Clalin out to that river to fetch a fish for you. I sent her out to fetch a fish for me. For my lesson, that is. Yes, of course. That was the purpose of the expedition. Anyway, as you should have learned, catching a proper fish requires perseverance, plain and simple. And this princess trout can testify to that. Continue to apply the lessons I've taught you, and before you know it, you'll be swimming in fish. Doesn't that sound appetizing? I'll take more money. I've been thinking, Clalin. Now, now that you can catch more fish than you can eat, I think it's time to learn a little bit about the art of fishmongering. Normally, customers purchase fish that have already been caught, but a certain crooked sailor has a penchant for freshness. Unfortunately, the fisherman who usually fills his orders have all somewhat ironically gone fishing, and so I turn to you. I'm hoping you can talk to Choo-Choo over there, or at least listen to him. Right, the Shubov? Shoo-Shoo and the sailor sail the seas. You the fishy one, fish the fish? Looking out at lookout, Choo-Choo and spots in water. Jumping silverfish jump, flashing silver flashes. Choo-Choo wish to taste silverfish taste. Choo-Choo and pay good silver if you fish 5 good silver fish. Well, Choo-Choo has a way with the words, doesn't he? Unfortunately, his way appears to be repeating the word silver fish. Only the most experienced fisherman would be able to decipher that nonsense. That sounds like a job for Wallalago, since I'm busy doing his job. Rest assured that what he may lack in sense, he more than makes up for nonsense. Since when is it still illegal to sneak up and scare your seniors? I suddenly suspect the sissy poo sent you to slip my stomach. That woman's well aware of my weakness. She's gonna shout about the way I shoved down shrimp. She should know better than to leave them showing on the shelf. Or is that not why you're here? Setting table settings aside, I'll bet you shells the shellfish I know what the Kirkin spied. If it was silver and sauntered while skimming the sea, I'm somewhat certain that she saw Navigator's dagger. Daggers won't lend themselves to a Lominson's liking, but the settlers on the southern Isles stir them into a soup stock. You can find them in Brewer's Beacon. Brewer's Beacon. Snarling one is a slippery slate for a starter, but a flickering flick of the fist as a fisherman with a gull's eye like you have. Now daggers are drawn to decoys that dangle, so do yourself a favor and fetch some rat tails for them to flash their fins at. Risey Shubov? Okay. Alright. So, looking for Brewer's Beacon. I think that's in Western Lanosha. Let's go here. I think that's the lighthouse, if I remember right. Yeah, Brewer's Beacon right here. So I just gotta go up there and fish. Once I find a rat's tail. Which I'm assuming they'd sell here. So we need some Luminson daggers. Navigator's daggers. Ride the buffalo? There's the lighthouse. Well, I'll find my way over there, buddy. Here we go. Bait for ocean fishing, rat's tail. So I need 5 navigator's daggers. I got a helmet crab. Chuck that stuff back in. Don't need to oyster. Big fish. But I don't want the big fish. I don't want to keep this. Here, just chuck it. I can desensitize. Yeah, I can. I'll desensitize like this and stone. Some fine sand. Yeah, you have to get some sleep soon. Thing and finish this quest and call it a day. I know it's a short stream today. I'll continue this on the next time for sure. The good news about fishing, you actually get to go outside and check the environment as well. That's cool. Alright, let's go ahead and this quest in and call it a night. Yeah, I'm gonna fall asleep if I continue. So I'm gonna head in this quest, call it a night, and I'll continue this on the next night. I'll do my best to ensure that the next night time I play, this quest will be completed. That day. Yeah, probably the best idea. You fish and catch five fish catch for Chosharoon? These thin, long, saltwater fish will often jump out of the water and glide for yawns across the surface, leaving their pectoral fins as ersatz wings. The shiny shine! The smelly smell! Cannot wait the tasty taste! Well, it looks like we found the fish you're after. You find! Maybe Chosharoon season with season or smoke with smoke. Maybe grill on grill. Many cooking options for cook. My, you've certainly put a great deal of thought into this. Chosharoon gifted to feast on feast gifts. Best Chosharoon regards you with Chosharoon's best regards. Always grateful for your patronage, Chosharoon. Please see him out and return here afterwards, Clalin. We've more to discuss. Phew, I'm glad you wrote to handle that sudden request. So many of these freeloading fishermen can't be bothered to stay ashore for more than a day at a time. You, on the other hand, has proven to be far more reliable. I can think of at least one Kirkin who'd agree. Now that you've seen how rewarding fishmongering can be, I hope you would take the initiative and try it yourself. I'll grab this, thank you very much. Alright folks, yeah, I'm gonna call it a night here, I do apologize. It is earlier than usual, but sleep asleep, and I'm gonna be falling asleep here at the desk if I continue this. As you can see, my eyes are just bagging already. So for those that joined, I thank you for joining. I hope to see you again in the future. Next stream will be a little bit more entertaining, well, I can't say entertaining, but a little bit more involved than this and earlier. That being said, let's see if we can raid someone for this evening. Today was just a quick stream, a teaser, so to speak. Let's raid Mr. Twerk.
See if I'm winning bed.
Alright folks, for those that joined, thank you for joining. on. Maybe we read first, then we're gonna say goodbye. Alright folks, for those that joined, thank you for joining. Hope you all have a fantastic take care. Have a great evening for yourselves. I'm not sure if I'll be able to stream for the next couple of days as family reasons. By next Wednesday for sure I will be on. And by then we'll finish this fish quest and move on to crafting. Have a good night everyone.